Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vidamscha Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnanajana Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Gurganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nepanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyad Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanam Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelan Shitam Sandrananda Puram Sareka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Vandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishwara Sridharam Vanshakopatarubyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Adi-lila, chapter 17, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in his youth. So I just finished hearing about Mahaprabhu's talking with the Qazi and getting the promise from the Qazi that he would not interfere in the future for as many generations there were of his family, that they would all allow the Sankirtan movement to flourish. So, Emate Kajire Prabhu Korila Prasad Ihaje Shuni Tara Kande Aparad. This is the incident concerning the Qazi and the Lord's mercy upon him. Anyone who hears this is also freed from all offenses. Ekdin Shriba Sara Mandire Gosai Nityananda Sange Nitya Kore Duibai. One day the two brothers, Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, were dancing in the holy house of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Putraratan Hoila Paralok Tabu Srivas Sera Chite Na Janmila Shok. At that time a calamity took place. Srivas Thakur's son died, yet Srivas Thakur was not at all sorry. Mritaputra Muke Koila Gyanara Katan Apane Duibai Hoila Srivasa Nandan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caused the dead son to speak about knowledge, and then the two brothers personally became the sons of Srivas Thakur. So it's referring to Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu. The son had died, and then the whole family, all the Srivas Thakur's wife and everyone in the kitchen, etc., they were all in lamentation. But Srivas Thakur didn't want to disturb Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan going on in Srivas Sangam at his house. So he didn't tell the Lord, but the Lord could sense that there was some misfortune in the family, and he asked what had happened. He was told that the son had passed away. So Mahaprabhu went to the dead son and began to speak to him. And he asked him questions and he asked the son why he had gone away. And the son said, I'm a jiva soul, and I come to this world under your arrangement. And I stay for so long according to my destiny, and then I must go. And he says, I was very fortunate to be in Srivas Thakur's family, but now my time is finished, and now I have to go on to my next sojourn. So when the son was speaking like that, then everyone understood what is the position of the soul within this body, and the son gave them explanation. So their lamentation went away, because what can you say when you're hearing the dead son speaking that way? Then again he passed away. Then it says here that Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu became also part of Srivas Thakur's family. It says, last line here. And then the two brothers personally became the sons of Srivas Thakur. Tabita Korilasa Bhakte Bharadana Uchishta diya narayanera korila samana. I'll read this here, this purport. This incident is described as follows by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. One night, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing with his devotees at the house of Srivas Thakur, one of Srivas Thakur's sons, who was suffering from some disease, died. Srivas Thakur was so patient, however, that he did not allow anyone to express sorrow by crying, for he did not want the kirtan going on at his house to be disturbed. Thus kirtan continued without a sound of lamentation. But when the kirtan was over, Mahaprabhu, who could understand the incident, declared there must have been some calamity in this house. When he was then informed about the death of Srivas Thakur's son, he expressed his regret, saying, "Why was this news not given to me before?" He went to the place where the son was lying dead and asked him, "My dear boy, why are you leaving the house of Srivas Thakur?" The dead son immediately replied, "I was living in his house as long as I was destined to live here. Now that the time is over, I am going elsewhere, according to your direction. I am your eternal servant, a dependent living being. I must act only according to your desire. Beyond your desire, I cannot do anything. I have no such power." Hearing these words of the dead son, all the members of Srivas Thakur's family received transcendental knowledge. Thus, there was no cause for lamentation. This transcendental knowledge is described in the Bhagavad Gita, Tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuyati. When someone dies, he accepts another body. Therefore, sober persons do not lament. After the discourse between the dead boy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, funeral ceremonies were performed, and Lord Chaitanya assured Srivas Thakur, "You have lost one son, but Nityananda Prabhu and I are your eternal sons. We shall never be able to give up your company." This is an instance of a transcendental relationship with Krishna. We have eternal relationships with Krishna as his servants, friends, fathers, sons, or conjugal lovers. When the same relationships are pervertedly reflected in this material world, we have relationships as the sons, fathers, friends, lovers, masters, or servants of others. But all these relationships are subject to termination within a definite period. If we revive our relation with Krishna, however, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our eternal relationship will never break to cause our lamentation. So, this is obvious. When people are married, they always say, "Till death do you part." So everyone recognizes that's just one of the rules of this material nature. And yesterday I was talking to one lady, and I asked her, I knew she was living alone, and I said, "Oh, is your husband dead?" And she said, "I wish he was dead." And that was her answer. I thought that was kind of amusing. She said, "No, he's not dead. He lives somewhere else." Tavite karila sab Bhakti Bharadan Uchishtadi Narayanera Korila Saman. Thereafter the Lord charitably bestowed his benediction upon all his devotees. He gave the remnants of food to Narayani, showing her special respect. Narayani was a niece of Srivas Thakur, and later she became the mother of Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur. In this connection, the Sahajias, I'm not going to talk about what the Sahajias say, but let's just say that she got Mahaprabhu's remnants, and later she became the mother of Vrindaban Das Thakur. It's a very glorious position. Okay. Shriba Ser Bastra Sinye Daraji Javana. Okay, I'll finish the purport. It says, Narayani was a niece of Srivas Thakur, and later she became the mother of Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur. In this connection, the Sahajias cite a malicious story that after eating the remnants of Lord Chaitanya's food, Narayani became pregnant and gave birth to Vrindaban Das Thakur. The rascal Sahajias may manufacture such false statements, but no one should believe them because they are motivated by enmity against the Vaishnavas. I didn't even want to read what they say because they're poisonous. But since Prabhupada mentioning it, he's giving us a note to avoid these kind of persons. Sribasera Bastra Sinye Daraji Jovana Prabhutari Nijarup Karaila Darshan. There was a tailor who was a Muslim, but was sewing garments for Srivas Thakur. The Lord, being merciful to him, showed him his own form. Dekinu bole hoila pagao, preminitya kore hoila, Vaishnava agao, saying, I have seen, and dancing in ecstatic love as though mad, he became a first-class Vaishnava. There was a Muslim tailor near the house of Srivas Thakur who used to sew garments, the garments of the family. One day he was very pleased with the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Indeed, he was enchanted. The Lord, understanding his attitude, showed him his original form as Krishna. The tailor then began to dance, saying, I have seen, I have seen. He became absorbed in ecstatic love and began to dance with Lord Chaitanya. Thus he became one of the foremost Vaishnava adherents of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Abhishite Srivas se Prabhu Vamshita Magila Srivas Kohe Vamshit Homar Gopi Adi-lila. In ecstasy, the Lord asked Srivas Thakur to deliver his flute, but Srivas Thakur replied, your flute has been stolen away by the gopis. Shuni Prabhu Bobo Bolina Abhishe Srivas Barnana Vrindavana Lila Rase. Hearing this reply, the Lord said in ecstasy, go on talking, go on talking. Thus Srivas described the transcendental rasas of the pastimes of Sri Vrindaban. So this is a good time for hearing about the divine pastimes of Vrindaban, because on the day before yesterday was Janmashtami, appearance of Lord Krishna. Pratame Vrindavana Madhurya Barnila Shunya Prabhur Chite Ananda Barila. In the beginning, Srivas Thakur described the transcendental sweetness of Vrindavan's pastimes. Hearing this, the Lord felt great and increasing jubilation in his heart. Tabe Bobo Prabhu Bole Barbar Puna Puna Kohe Srivas Korea Bistar. Thereafter, the Lord again and again asked him, speak on, speak on. Thus Srivas again and again described the pastimes of Vrindavan, vividly expanding them. Bamshibadye Gopiganer Bane Akarshan Tasabar Sangechache Bana Biharan. Srivas Thakur extensively explained how the gopis were attracted to the forest of Vrindavan by the vibration of Krishna's flute, and how they wandered together in the forest. Tahe Madhye Chail Ritu Lilara Barnan Marupan Rasotsava Jalakeli Katan. These are the evening clothes of the deities. Very opulent for beautiful evening clothes.
From the
Tahe Madhye Chai Ritu Lila Rabarnan Marupan Rasotsava Jalake Likatan. Srivas Thakur narrated all the pastimes enacted during the 6 changing seasons. He described the drinking of honey, the celebration of the rasa dance, the swimming in the Jamuna, and other such incidents. Bobo Bole Prabhu Shunite Ulas Srivas Kohentabe Rasa Rasera Bilas. When the Lord, hearing with great pleasure, said, go on speaking, Srivas Thakur described the Rasa-lila dance, which is filled with transcendental mellows. It's rasa. Rasa means the Rasa-lila, Rasera Bilas, which is the divine playground of the pastimes or the rasas of the Lord. Kohide shunide aiche prata kala hoila Prabhu Srivasere Toshi Alingana Koila. As the Lord thus Thus requested, and Sripad Thakur spoke. The morning appeared, and the Lord embraced Sripad Thakur and satisfied him. Tabiyacharya gare koila Krishna lila Rukmini Swarupa Prabhu Apmane Hoila. Thereafter, a dramatization of Krishna's pastimes was performed in the house of Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya. The Lord personally took the part of Rukmini, the foremost of Krishna's queens. So in those days also, they would have drama, but men would play the parts of both men and ladies. Now, in this case, Mahaprabhu took the part of Rukmini. And just as in the Mohini-lila, when Vishnu appears as Mohini, like Lord Shiva is completely enamored, because if Vishnu is going to be a woman, he's the most beautiful woman. So Shiva began running after Mohini and past the sages and everything. And people would say, what about Parvati? And he said, who? He just kept on running. So here also, Mahaprabhu plays the part of Rukmini, the foremost of Krishna's queens. But in that play, he's very, very beautiful. So, Kabu Durga Lakmi Hoy, Kabu Ba, Chit Shakti, Kate Bahase Bhaktagane, Dila Prema Bhakti. That is, the Lord, he possesses 6 opulences: wealth, beauty, renunciation, power, knowledge. Well, wealth, beauty, knowledge, power, wealth, beauty, power, knowledge, wealth, beauty, power, knowledge, fame, and renunciation. So possesses all beauty too. Kabu Durga Lakmi Hoy, Kabu Va, Chit Shakti, Kate Bashe Bhaktagane, Dila Prema Bhakti. The Lord sometimes took the part of Goddess Durga, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, or the chief potency, Yogamaya. Sitting on a cot, he delivered love of Godhead to all the devotees present. Ek Din Mahaprabhu Nritya Abhashane, Ek Brahmaniyashi Dorila Charane. One day, when Mahaprabhu had finished his dancing, a woman, the wife of a Brahmin, came there and caught hold of his lotus feet. Charanera dulise loy barbar dekia prabhura dukkha hoila bar. As she took the dust of his lotus feet again and again, the Lord became unlimitedly unhappy. So I've seen that with the devotees, with our acharyas also. They don't especially like people come and grab their feet, especially ladies come and grab their feet, and they don't like that at all, because they're trying to take some advantage. Here, Prabhupada explains, the holding of a great personality's lotus feet is certainly very good for the person who takes the dust, but this example of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's unhappiness indicates that a Vaishnava should not allow anyone to take dust from his feet. Sekane Dana Prabhu Gangate Parila Nityananda Haridas Dori Utaila. Immediately he ran to the river Ganges and jumped in to counteract the sinful activities of that woman. Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur caught him and raised him from the river. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself, but he was playing the part of a preacher. Every preacher should know that being allowed to touch a Vaishnava's feet and take dust may be good for the person who takes it, but it is not good for the person who allows it to be taken. As far as possible, this practice should ordinarily be avoided. Only initiated disciples should be allowed to take this advantage, not others. Those who are full of sinful activities should generally be avoided. They believe that they are getting some relief from their karma, but they're not devotees, and it's just not a good practice. Vijaya charjeta gare se ratre rohila pratakale bhakta sabe gare loyagela. That night the Lord stayed at the house of Vijayacharya. In the morning the Lord took all the devotees and returned home. Egdin gopi bhave grihate masya gopi gopi namaloy vishana hoya. One day the Lord, in the ecstasy of the gopis, was sitting in his house, very morose in separation. He was calling gopi gopi. So Mahaprabhu is reflecting, showing the mood of Srimati Radharani. He's calling gopi gopi. This is an important incident because it's really the end of Mahaprabhu's time as a grihastha, as a householder in Navadip. It leads to him taking sannyas. One day the Lord, in the ecstasy of the gopis, was sitting in his house, very morose in separation. He was calling gopi gopi. So Mahaprabhu is Krishna internally, but he's covered with the Bhavakanti, the mood and the luster of Srimati Radharani. He's tasting her mood. And in her mood, he's calling out gopi gopi, the associates of Radharani. Ek padu yaila prabhu ke dekite gopi gopi nam shuni lagila bolite. A student who came to see the Lord was astonished that the Lord was chanting gopi gopi. Thus he spoke as follows. Krishna nam na lao keni Krishna nam danya gopi gopi bolite ba kiba hoy punya. Why are you chanting the names gopi gopi instead of the holy name of Lord Krishna, which is so glorious? What pious result will you achieve by such chanting? It is said, Vaishnavara kriya mudra vigyayana bhujai. No one can understand the activities of a pure devotee. A student or neophyte devotee could not possibly understand why Mahaprabhu was chanting the holy name of the gopis, nor should the student have asked the Lord about the potency of chanting gopi gopi. The neophyte student was certainly convinced of the piety in the chanting of Krishna's holy name, but this sort of attitude is also offensive. Dharma brata tyaga hutadi sarva shubha kriyas samyam api pramada. To chant the holy name of Krishna in exchange for the achievement of piety is an offense. This, of course, was unknown to the student. Thus he innocently asked, what piety is there in the chanting of the name Gopi? He did not know that there is no question of piety or impiety. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna or the holy name Gopi is on the transcendental platform of loving affairs. Well, the point is, Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself, and if he's chanting Gopi Gopi, it is because he's feeling, the separation of Srimati Radharani. Since the student was not expert in understanding such transcendental activities, his question was merely impudent. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, apparently greatly angry at him, reacted as follows. Shuni Prabhu krode koila Krishne doshagar tega loya utila Prabhu paduya maribar. Hearing the foolish student, the Lord became greatly angry and rebuked Lord Krishna in various ways. Taking up a stick, he rose to strike the student. Baye palaya paduya Prabhu pache pachidvai aste bhyaste bhaktagan Prabhu re rahai. So Mahaprabhu, the mood of Srimati Radharani, here it's mentioned in Srimad-bhagavatam that when Uddhava came from Lord Krishna with a message for the gopis, all the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani, denounced Krishna in various ways. Such denunciations, however, reflect an exuberant, loving attitude that an ordinary person cannot understand. When the foolish student questioned Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya similarly rebuked Lord Krishna in loving exuberance. When Mahaprabhu was in the mood of the gopis and the student advocated the cause of Sri Krishna, the Lord Chaitanya was greatly angry. Seeing his anger, the foolish student, who was an ordinary atheistic Smarta Brahmin, foolishly misjudged him. Thus he and a party of students were ready to strike the Lord in retaliation. After this incident, Mahaprabhu decided to take sannyas so that people would not commit offenses against him, considering him an ordinary householder. For in India, even now, a sannyasi is naturally offered respect. So when Mahaprabhu said, when the student said, why are you chanting the name Gopi Gopi, which would seem like a normal question to a normal person, but not to Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu rebuked him and said, why are you advocating Krishna, that I chant Krishna's name? Who is Krishna? He has just cheated us. He's come and he's cheated us. He's gone away and he's left everyone. In many ways, Mahaprabhu's rebuking the student, but the student can't understand what Mahaprabhu's mood is. Vai palaya paduya prabhu pache pachidai aste bhyaste bhaktagan prabhure rahai. The student ran away in fear and the Lord followed him. The Lord grabbed a stick and was ready to beat the student. He was so angry. The student ran away in fear and the Lord followed him, but somehow or other the devotees checked the Lord. Prabhure Shanta Kore Adi-lila Nijagare Paduya Palaya Gela Paduya Sabare. The devotees pacified the Lord and brought him home, and the student ran away to an assembly of other students. Paduya Sahasra Jahan Padayek Tai Prabhura Pritanta Dvija Kahetahan Jai. The Brahmin student ran to a place where 1,000 students were studying together. There he described the incident to them. Shuni Kroda Koila Sab Padu Yaragan Sabe Meli Koretabe Prabhura Nindan. Hearing of the incident, all the students became greatly angry and joined together in criticizing the Lord. Sab Desh Brashta Koila Ekala Nimai Brahmana Marite Chahe Dharma Bai Nai. Nimai Pandit alone has spoiled the entire country, they accused. He wants to strike a Brahmin. He has no fear of religious principles. Puna jadi aiche kore mariba tahare konba manusha hoy ki korite pare. If he again performs such an atrocious act, certainly we shall retaliate and strike him in turn. What kind of important person is he that he can check us in this way? So there's so many persons there, especially in Navadip, is very contaminated by this point where people are not members of the Sankirtan movement, and they're not devotees, and they think they can criticize the Lord because they're Brahmins and he's a Brahmin. But they don't understand anything about who Mahaprabhu is or why he's chanting Gopi Gopi. They can't understand these things, and therefore when Mahaprabhu chased the student, they all became angry. Who is he to try and strike a Brahmin? If he does that, we'll beat him in return. Prabhur Nindaya Sabar Budi Hoilanash Supatita Vidyakaro Nahoy Prakash. When all the students thus resolved, criticizing Mahaprabhu, their intelligence was spoiled. Thus, although they were learned scholars, because of this offense, the essence of knowledge was not manifested in them. Tatapi dambika paduya namera nahi hoy jahantahan prabhura nindahasi sekarai. But the proud student community did not become submissive. On the contrary, the students spoke of the incident anywhere and everywhere. In a laughing manner, they criticized the Lord. Sarvagya gosai jani sabara durgati gareba se chinteta sabara abhyahati. Mahaprabhu, being omniscient, could understand the degradation of these students. Thus he sat at home contemplating how to rescue them. Jata Adyapaka Aratara Sishyagan Dharmikarmi Tapunishta Nindaka Durjan. All the so-called professors and scientists and their students generally follow the regular principles of religion, fruitive activities, and austerities, the Lord thought. Yet at the same time, they are blasphemers and rogues. So they may follow principles of Dharma, but they don't understand really what are the intricacies of spiritual life, and they're rogues. Blasphemers and rogues. Esab moraninda aparad hoite amina lao jaile bhakti napare loite. Dandavat. You're cooking today?
Yes,
okay, nice. Today's Sunday, It seemed like yesterday was Sunday, but today is Sunday. Esa mora ninda aparad hoite amina lao jaile bhakti na pare loite. If I do not induce them to take to devotional service because of committing the offense of blasphemy, none of these people will be able to take to it. Well, it's natural. Like I said, yesterday seemed like Sunday. We had Janmashtami on Friday till, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. People get to sleep at 2, and they've eaten a full meal late at night. So naturally, they don't get proper rest. But for all the years we were following Janmashtami. We always knew Prabhupada's appearance day is the next day, and you have to be able to, we had to make it through that day. It was not always easy. A lot of times it was, people would, just make it through the day on that second day. It's Nandotsav, it's an important day. But everyone's waiting till midnight for Krishna to appear, then they have a feast, and sometimes in India it would be a somewhat simple feast, but here no feast is ever simple. So, Ekadasi feast, but that includes cheesecake with walnut, instead of grains, walnuts, many things. Very goranga potatoes. I'm just commenting. Esab moraninda aparad hoite aminalal jaile bhakti na pare loite. If I do not induce them to take devotional service because of committing the offense of blasphemy, none of these people will be able to take to it. Nishtarite ailama ami hoila biparita esab durjanera kaiche hoibeka hita. I have come to deliver all the fallen souls, but now just the opposite has happened. How can these rogues be delivered? How may they be benefited? Amake pranate kore hoi papa koi tamise ihare bhakti lao jaile loi. If these rogues offer me obeisances, the reactions to their sinful activities will be nullified. Then if I induce them, they will take to devotional service. So sometimes people will say, they want to become a sannyasi, they want to take sannyas. And we asked them, what reason? They say, so I will get respect from others and I can preach. This is the worst comment you can make. It's different with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord, and he's living in a Vedic society, basically. If he takes sannyas, people will, they will not think of him as one of them. They say familiarity breeds contempt. They will not think of him as one of them, and then they will take his message seriously, and they will get some sukriti by that action. But if for an ordinary person to say, I want respect, therefore I want to take sannyas. No, never give that person sannyas for that reason. That is not a reason. You're a person. How will other people benefit by giving you, just by externally showing you respect? That's not a valid reason. Now, when I asked Prabhupada for sannyas, he said, for what reason? I said, because I can't work with my god brothers. Now that was different. I didn't want respect from anyone. I just didn't want to work with any of my god brothers that were, But for Prabhupada, actually, if somebody said that today, that would not be they would probably get thrown out of the room. But at that time, that was not Prabhupada's reaction. When I said, I can't work with my god brothers, then he said, oh, very good reason. Because he couldn't work with his god brothers either.
What do you think would be a good reason, Maharaj?
What would be a good reason? Good reason is basically because the Krishna conscious movement for preaching, it is constructed upon, you might say almost upon, there's need for, in that mission, there's needs for generals. And if somebody is a qualified leader, and can be a general, and you can see that qualities in that person, then that's a good reason for taking sannyas. Because it's not comparable comparison, but an army needs generals. An army needs generals. And if a person is of that capacity and wants to have more responsibility, more opportunity for preaching, and is anxious to do something big in a mission, then one can have the vision to see, yes, this person is eminently qualified, he should have that position. Then that's a very good reason for taking sannyas. Not just so that I can have respect so I can preach more. What is this? What has respect got to do with the thing? Amake pranati kore hoy papa koi tabe se ihare bhakti lao jai de loy. If these rogues offer me obeisances, the reactions of their sinful activities will be nullified. Then if I induce them, they will take to devotional service. So naturally, when you're dealing with the Supreme Lord, yes, if somebody will offer him appreciation, bow down to him and serve him, then yes, that will benefit them. That may not be true of an ordinary person who wants respect, as someone will worship him or bow. How will people be benefited by that? More ninda korije na kore namaskar esab jibere avasya koriva udar. I must certainly deliver all these fallen souls who blaspheme me and do not offer me obeisances. Ateva vasya ami sannyas koriba sannyasi budye more pranata hoiba. I shall accept the sannyas order of life, for thus people will offer me their obeisances, thinking of me as a member of the renounced order. Pranatite habe ihara aparad koi nirmala hridaye bhakti koraiba udai. Offering obeisances will relieve them of all the reactions to their offenses. Then by my grace, devotional service bhakti will awaken in their pure hearts. Esa pashandira tabe hoibe nishtar arakon upai nahi e juktisar. All the unfaithful rogues of this world can be delivered by this process. There is no alternative. This is the essence of the argument. E drida jukti kore prabhu achegare keshava bharite aila nadia nagare. After coming to this firm conclusion, the Lord continued to stay at home. In the meantime, Kesha Bharati came to the town of Nadia. Prabhu tare namaskare koilani mantran bika koraya tare koilani bidan. The Lord offered him respectful obeisances and invited him to his house. After feeding him sumptuously, he submitted to him his petition. Tumita Ishwarabat Sakat Narayan Kripa Kore Koramora Samsara Mochan. Sir, you are directly Narayan, therefore please be merciful upon me. Deliver me from this material bondage. So Mahaprabhu is saying that to Kesha Bharati, who's sannyasi. Bharati kohen tumi Ishwara antarjami jay karaha se koriba swatantra nahiyami. Kesha Bharati replied to the Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of God, the Super Soul. I must do whatever you cause me to do. I'm not independent of you. Eta boli Bharati gosai kato jate gela Mahaprabhu tahajai sannyasa korila. After saying this, Kesha Bharati, the spiritual master, went back to his village, Katwa. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there and accepted the renounced order of life, sannyas. Sange Nityananda Chandrasekhara Charja Mukundadate Teen Koila Sarvakarya. When Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, three personalities were with him to perform all the necessary activities. They were Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhara Acharya, and Mukunda Datta. Adi-lila Koila Sutra Ganan Vistari Varnila Iha Dasha Vrindaban. Thus I have summarized the incidents of the Adi-lila. Srila Vrindaban Thakur has described them elaborately in his Chaitanya-bhagavat. So tomorrow we'll continue with this chapter, the conclusions, and description here of all the resume of all the contents of the Adi-lila. And this is the final chapter of the Adi-lila. Tomorrow I'll finish with this. Okay. All right, now we'll sing Hari Harai. Oops. Okay, thank you. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Garadhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jai Te Vignana Shabista Puran Shabista Puran Jai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas Jai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas Tasabar Pada Renu Mora Panchagas Tasabar Pada Renu Mora Panchagas Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebas Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebas Janame More Abhilas Janame More Abhilas Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindaban Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindaban Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjayaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjayaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koryas Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koryas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamudas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Joki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsiko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudhi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya-bhagavat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishvabaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Nirmamacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Sri Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Koladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Vrindaban Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande
Haribo. Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.